Hello, hello. We are live. Hello, everyone. Welcome in. It's Wednesday evening, and you are watching a live Eyes Up Here on YouTube, and you're listening on the Creative Control Network. My name is the Queen of Extreme Francine, but you already know that. I want to say hello to everybody coming in. KM is here. Angela's here. Marcus, Colton, Glade, Chris, John, Kim, Johnny. Everybody's coming on in. We have a wonderful guest tonight who will be on shortly. But I want to get everybody in the room first. So we'll have a packed house for our Impact Superstar Heath. We can't wait to chat with him. The big Wrestle Man. What's up, buddy? Hello, Sean. Everybody's packing the room. I love that. Love seeing new faces as well as old ones. So this is fun. I'm solo tonight, guys. The Chadster is coaching some softball. Hi, Jums. He's coaching softball, so he's going to be MIA. Hopefully he pops on at the end to say hello to you guys. But until then, it's just me. So, hello, Scott. Welcome in. Welcome to everyone on this wonderful Wednesday. I'm happy to be here. Happy to be with all of you. And, I'll give you a little update on what's going on. We had a bit of a scare with my mom this week. She was in the hospital for 4 days. She was bleeding, actually, and it was her kidneys. And thank you to everyone who tweeted, the people who do have my phone number, called and text. She has a kidney stone that was rubbing against the kidney area with she's on Coumadin. So it doesn't when you're on Coumadin, it doesn't let the blood clot up. So it couldn't form a scab, and the stone was rubbing against this lesion that's near her kidney, and she has a UTI. So with all of that going on, she was, there was a lot of blood coming out of her, and I had to call the ambulance, rush her over to the hospital. They did some CAT scans, lots of tests on her, and I'm happy to say she's home now and she's resting. So again, thanks for all the prayers and the love. She's 93, guys. She's still kicking. She's like the Energizer Bunny. But she gave me a scare. And so the over the last those 4 days, I was at the hospital with her the whole time. And God bless my husband taking care of my kids, our kids. I shouldn't say my kids; they're our kids. But he took care of them while I tended to my mom. So so it's never a dull moment around here. But today I got to go outside and get a little sun and get in the pool. If you could see, my chest is a little red today. It was hot out there today. It's like 91 here where we are. A beautiful day. So I was happy to be able to go outside and chill. Thanks. I'm reading your comments now. I appreciate that. We take it day by day here, and that's all you can do in life. So, it is what it is. But I see people are still. John Five's here. Hey, John Five. How are you? Colton says he's very glad that my mom's doing better. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you to everyone. Just to let you know, starting off hot here, super chats are appreciated. If you send in $5 or more, y'all know by now, we have the Charles Chip Jar. We're going to put your name for every $5. You go in the Charles Chip Jar, and we do have a prize. The more money we collect, the bigger the prize gets. So if you have a question for Heath, get those super chats ready, or become a channel member for $5.99. You get exclusive content. You get cool emojis. I saw Kim earlier. She's a channel member. KM's a channel member. So if you become a channel member, you also get your name put in the Charles Chip Jar. Hi, Ted. How are you? That jabroni is he's at the field with his daughter right now, and he is coaching softball. So the times didn't line up for us this week, and I am solo. But I appreciate everybody coming out and being with me this evening. We're going to let Heath in a couple minutes, and I don't know what we're going to talk about. We'll just go with the flow. So if you have any questions, please get those super chats ready and get them in here, and you could win a prize. We're starting off hot. Vinny always starts off hot with us. Vinny, usually Chad puts this up. Here we go. Oh no, how do I put the super chats up? There we go. Hi, Vinny. Hey, beautiful queen. Glad your mom is home. Vinny, God bless you. Thank you so much. You, my friends, are starting us off with 2 entries in the Charles Chip Jar. Vinny has been a longtime supporter. We love Vinny here over at Eyes Up Here. Thanks, Vinny. We appreciate you. Hope you're having a great day, hon. Scott, I'm sorry to hear that. It's terrible when we lose the loved one. Absolutely terrible. But, you know, the only comfort that you get is that, you know, they're in a better place and they're not in pain. And, you know, my mom says she's ready, but, you know, are we ready? I don't think we're ever ready to lose a parent. So it's hard. But she's resting and she's doing well. So that's all you can ask for. I'm just looking at the chat here. Okay. All right. So we're getting him on in 1 minute. He's going to come on. And we'll get this party started. No shows coming up. We're doing the Geeked Con. Do you guys see that? Anybody near Shreveport, Louisiana? Shane and I will be there along with Sandman and along with Sabu. So it's like a little mini ECW reunion, and I'm really excited about that. That's, I believe, August 18th, 17th, 18th, 19th, something like that. I have the picture on Twitter. And if you're in the Louisiana area, I hope you come and see us because it's going to be a good time. Can't wait. Just looking at your NH guy. Yo. How are you? Vinny, did you have a question, honey, that you wanted to ask Heath? Abraham's here. Hello. Thank you so much. It's trouble, John. It's going to be trouble. I can promise you that. But fun trouble. When the 4 of us get together, it's a good time. So we're super excited to be doing. I think it's called Geeked Out Con, something like that. Like I said, the poster is on my Twitter page, and it's going to be on my Instagram. Oh, it's Heath. Hold on. He said it's not working. Hold on, guys. I'm so sorry. It's just me here. I'm trying to get everything situated. He's saying it's not working. Why is it not working? Okay. Copy link. Oh, geez Louise. Okay, let's do this. Maybe this works. Oh, I think I got him. There he is.
Yo, what's up?
Dollface, how are you? Well, I didn't even get to introduce you guys. This is Impact Wrestling superstar Heath. Y'all know him. Y'all love him. I think I added something extra to the thing when I sent it to you. I apologize. Where are you? He's gone. Hello? I cannot hear you. Oh no. Technical difficulty. I can.
Dude,
I can hear that smooth, mellow voice of yours. Come on.
The headphones aren't working for some reason. I don't know.
You don't need them, babe. It's just me and you.
All right,
just us. One-on-one, baby. I see you.
Oh, okay.
How are you? How you doing?
I'm good. I literally just got done watching The Little Mermaid.
The original or the new one?
The new one, yeah.
What you think of that? Can we discuss? Because I'm a big Disney person.
No, I enjoyed it. I
You did
totally
enjoy it.
enjoyed it. Yes, I mean, of course, you know. I mean, you got to change with times a little bit, and a little bit was different, of course, you know. But that's going to happen, just like in wrestling. But with the respect of the movie, you know, Ariel, the lady that played Ariel, I thought she killed it in singing. I thought she did great in acting. I think Melissa McCartney killed it as Ursula. Huge fan of Ursula.
Me
you know?
too. I should have worn my Disney shirt. I had no clue.
I would say we did. You know, the girls wore their Ariel shirts. I wore my Ursula. I'm a heel fan, you know.
Let me tell you something. We go every year to Disney.
Mm-hmm.
We went for 16 days this year.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I tell you, if my dream is to live down there and become the evil queen.
Just to live there. Hey, go and audition for Belle. I feel like you can get it.
You think so?
Yeah.
I just want to be the evil queen. I want to be in the parades.
Hey, yeah, that's even better.
I love it. I love it. We go every year at the same time, and like this, I keep adding a day. My husband doesn't even know. I just add a day when I book it, and
hey, it happens.
Yeah,
hey,
it's
my wife's the same way. She is the biggest Disney fanatic in the world, like up and down ever since she was a kid. Like, I mean, we go like probably every other year, maybe.
Okay.
You know,
okay.
just with the kids and everything. But yeah, like she's the one that got me all in it. Like, I grew up loving Rocky and, you know, everything Sylvester Stallone and Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Are you watching the new reality show with Sylvester Stallone?
What is it called?
Not the Tulsa King. That's the show. He's got a reality show with his kids and his wife.
Oh no, I haven't saw that.
That's a good one too.
They've been blowing up Arnold on Netflix. You know, like all of his old movies and everything's coming out. Then they had a documentary about him, which was pretty good. But there's a lot like coming out about him now.
What do you think of Frank Stallone? Because I met Frank Stallone.
Yeah. Did you think he was Sylvester?
No, not at all. No, I did a signing in California. It was like the Hollywood super signing or something years ago. Okay. Years and years ago. And this guy comes wandering over to my table, and he's looking down at the pictures, and I love when they say, "Is that you?" No, it's somebody else. Like, come
right?
On. Of course,
I'm just these pictures for somebody.
Yeah, and I was younger back then, so I could still pass for the pictures. I was a little offended at first, but he said he was Frank Stallone, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm like, "Oh my God, yeah, I know who you are," and I put his brother over. I love your brother, blah blah blah, and he starts putting himself over.
Of course,
for like 10 minutes, and I'm like sitting there, and he's like, "Don't I look good for 55?" I'm like, "You look great." and he's telling me all this stuff and how women are loving him and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I'm just like, "You're the best, Frank."
Hey, did you give him a free 8x10 and a free picture?
No, but I did take a free a selfie with him because he said,
there you go.
"Do you want to take a picture with me?" He said.
Oh.
Not really, but okay.
Yeah, I would ask him where his table was at.
I don't know where he was. He's probably in the corner.
Where'd you set up at over here?
I'm sure we needed crowd control for his table, but he took a break to come say hello to me, so I was thrilled. It was a fun time.
There it is.
But I saw your Instagram. You went to Universal.
Universal, and what is it? The one connected United
Islands of Adventure.
There it is. You know
everything.
But yeah, we went there and we literally did everything that you can do, like in both parks. And the whole thing was that when we went, it was a Christmas present from Santa Claus to go to Harry Potter World. Mm-hmm. So my wife is a huge Harry Potter fan. Don't get me wrong, I enjoy it too. Like, I like it. I don't know it, in depth like she does, but I know a little bit. But my girls love it also. So it was one of those things where, like, Santa got us tickets to go down there, and so we got to go to Harry Potter World.
Now, how old are your daughters?
They are 10 and 9.
Okay, so
but they're about my oldest is about to turn 11 next month. Okay,
so they're still into Santa Claus. Kind of.
Well, I want to say yes.
Okay.
I'm whispering now because I don't know how far they are. But it's one of those things where, like, they're at that point to where, like, they look at me and they're like, "Dad, like, You're telling me that this man can go around the whole world and visit every kid and give them presents every year?
One
I'm
night.
like, yes, of
In
course
one
you
night.
can. He's Santa Claus. I said, you watch these movies, he has like that magic power where he can just transform there, you know? And they're just looking at me like scratching their head
You're
like,
working them. You
I'm
know,
trying my best. I'm trying to keep them young as long as I can.
you have to as a parent, because my
Yeah.
daughter's going to be 14 this
Oh.
month, and my son's 11, right?
Mm-hmm.
So since the pandemic, we pulled them from school and we homeschool.
Okay.
But when they were in regular school, my daughter was about 10, and I was told around 10 is when they start talking in school and they make fun of the kids who still believe in Santa.
Yeah.
So I told her the truth one night,
Okay.
right
How
before bed.
did that happen?
It was
How did that end up?
it didn't end up well. It was the biggest mistake because it was like 9:30 at night, and I'm
Please
laying
tell
with
me.
her.
Walk me through this.
I'm
I
laying
haven't
with
even
her.
went there yet.
I'm laying with her in bed, and I'm like, Christmas is coming up soon, and she's like, yeah, and her face is all lit up, and
I can't wait.
my heart's beating, and I was like, well, so what do you think of this Santa Claus guy? And she's just like, I like him, and I go,
Yeah.
yeah, I go, do you ever wonder why, like when you go to a mall or when you go to a store, it's never the same guy? Do you ever wonder that? And she's like, yeah, I kind of wondered that before.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just told her, and we both started crying.
Oh, yeah.
My heart broke.
That's what I'm not like. I'm not looking forward to any of that because I mean, think about it. Once Santa's gone, it's the Tooth Fairy,
Yep.
it's the Easter Bunny, it's
Dominoes.
like it's all gone. It's a myth again, you
I
know.
know.
It's like, oh no. So
I know.
it's like all the magic would be totally gone. So
Keep him young, baby.
I'm trying. It's
Yeah.
all rainbows and sunshine and candy over here.
Art and unicorn dust and all that kind of stuff.
It's
I love
all over here. We're in Neverland.
I love that. Well, yeah, if I was still homeschooling like prior, I would have never told them. But I was so afraid those little snot-nosed kids were going to stooge it off before me.
They will. They will. I mean, that's why like they would come to me and ask me about it. And I'm just like, nah, baby, if you believe, it's there. It's the magic.
I love that. I love seeing pics of your kids. I love being a parent. I love seeing other parents' stuff.
The same way.
Yeah. I really enjoy. I like the wrestling stuff, but the home life and the parents and the kids, that warms my heart. So I love seeing your stuff.
I would say we do that wrestling stuff too much. It's what's after that.
Well,
it's the stuff
we
that
got
we
to talk
actually
about
do.
that. We do have to talk about it a little bit though, because
that's totally fine.
Yeah, just a little bit. This is a very casual. What are you drinking, by the way? I was going to try and get some moonshine and sip it with you, but what? Come on.
Raw. No, it's not my favorite, but I'm just saying it was in the fridge after the 4th, so I grabbed a couple so I could have some.
You're a man, Heath. Men don't drink White Claw.
Hey, men can drink whatever they want, just like women can. Let's be honest. I don't have to always drink dark liquor and hard booze. I can have a little seltzer here and there, right?
I thought you were going to have this gigantic mason jar full of this moonshine. You're just going to be sipping.
We don't need to tell stories about moonshine.
No, please. They already know. I posted it in my blog. It was terrible.
I'm about to say too much, man.
Anyway, so let's talk about you and wrestling. Mm-hmm. Big Impact star. You know what I love? What are you laughing at? You are.
Nothing.
You're a big star in Impact. It's the truth.
I try to be.
I try to do one. Please. I love the fact that you and Rhino were like BFFs in WWE, and then you both go to this separate organization and you fall right back into where you were before.
Yeah.
Did you ask for that, or were they just like, yeah, let's just keep you guys together because you have a good chemistry?
I kind of feel like it just was one of those like natural things that they like organic things that happen. The whole story with me and Rhino is nuts, just because the whole I was doing a free agent thing because I didn't get drafted in WWE.
I remember that. Yes, I do.
So lights went out on me. I'm the last man in the room, and I'll just break out the room raising hell. fast forward, I'm supposed to be going for the Intercontinental title. So they were going to do this little thing called like a Hillbilly versus Hollywood with me and The Miz for the IC title.
Okay.
And then that was what was set in place. And then Rhino got brought up. They were shifting gears so much up there to where it was like they were changing brands and splitting stuff up. And they were going to have a SmackDown brand, a Raw brand, new titles and everything. And then somehow in some meeting, instead of me and Miz going this way for the IC title, I got shifted this way to go for the tag title with Rhino.
Okay.
And I'm just sitting there like, well, in my mind at the time, I was just like, what the hell? You know, I've already had the tag title 3 damn times. You know, I don't need it anymore. You know, I want to go with the IC title. I mean, let me elevate, you know, move me up. You know, like this makes the second time I was supposed to go that way and I'm not going that way. Like, what the hell? But in the long run of things, I actually enjoyed myself with Rhino. He is 100% one of my best friends now. He's amazing. And like he taught me a lot about the business. Also, like stuff that I didn't realize and like really looked at, you know, throughout the years. But it was one of those things like I traded an IC title run for a best friend in life. So it kind of worked out for me. You know?
I love that story. I worked, you know, in ECW, I worked with Rhino all the time.
Oh, of course.
I don't know how many times he gored me. But he always apologized afterwards and checked on me, which was very sweet.
He's a sweetheart.
He's a great guy. I'm hoping one of these days that you and I are booked on the same night.
IRW show?
Yeah, the Insane, what's it called? Insane?
I mean, I don't even know.
Something
I just show up when he calls me.
He said you closed out the bar the one night. I was like, oh, I should have.
Everyone does.
It's great. Yeah.
It's just a party.
It was a good time. They put, you know, when I came out, I managed Rhino. They put some, it's a sin. They put some 70-pound ref through a table and beat the hell out of him and stuff.
Yeah.
But this music was playing and all I did was dance. I feel like I was in a go-go bar. So I was just on the outside dancing. Oh yeah. The music was blasting. They were putting up through a table. I was like, yeah, it was so great. Just a good time. I love shows.
And Rhino runs a nice, tight-knit show also. Yeah. Like it's literally, it starts on the right time. It ends, I mean, maybe 2 hours and 15 minutes tops. You know, like it's a perfect show. You know, you're
done by 9.
Huh?
We were done by 9.
Yeah, that's the beauty about it. Like, I mean, it's like, hey man, we're running this many and you got a time limit, so you better hit it before I gore you. You know? So he runs a good ship there. Like it's always a fun spot to work at.
Yeah. Well, hopefully one of these days we'll be there.
If I say maybe me and him can tag and you can manage us.
And then I can dance while you're just, you know, doing your thing.
We all can dance.
I would love. Yeah, he didn't want to dance with me for some reason. He was a stick in the mud about dancing.
I mean, think about it. He's the man beast.
He has
to be the tough guy.
I know.
I'm known for shaking my hips.
I love it. I see your videos. I know what you're about.
Right.
I'm a fan. I love I got kids.
Yeah.
That was one of my favorite gimmicks ever. And I'm not just blowing smoke because I would watch you. And when it would always pop me because I'm like, you know, what do you have a job for? You got kids. You got to pay the bills.
Yeah,
it's legit.
Up there, they don't really want to, you know, broadcast that either because like every man has to be a sex symbol, just like the women, you know, we got to be single. We got to have them wanting us and all that stuff. Oh. And then literally I had a brain fart in a promo with, you know, Paulie and Brock Lesnar and the whole, oh, you know, what's my next line? What's my next line? And then, of course, you know, Paulie's the man on the mic. Like, he can do anything. So he's, like, cutting it, and I'm just like, oh, it'll come back to me. And it never came back to me. And I'm like, oh, shit. So, you know, that's when the whole, you know, I got kids. I need this job. Everyone here knows that you'll whoop my ass, but I got to do this.
Like, so you just made that up on the fly.
Yeah, I just had to shoot from the hip. And
that's the stuff that sticks, man.
It is. And then Paulie said the next line, like, yeah, and then just kept going with it. And then he got me back on track to where I was like, oh, shoot. Okay, yeah.
I love that. Yeah, that was one of my favorite things that you've done is the I Got Kids thing. And I'm sure that T-shirt sold a lot.
Oh, it was probably the best one I had besides like this one back here, that Nexus one.
I see that one as well. Yeah.
But yeah, it was that home run hitter for me for a little bit. And I mean, that's just one of those gimmicks that, like, me, I'm a storyteller. Like, yes, I can do these moves and stuff. Do I want to? No, because my body hurts like hell anymore. But it's just one of those things where, like, I'm a storyteller. I'm an entertainer. You know, like, if I can sink my teeth in a good story, man, I'll get it across as much as I can. And I feel like with this I Got Kids gimmick was just like a hell of a, like, every dad, every mom, like, and this is why I do this. You know, I have to go to the grocery store and buy groceries for my kids. I have to work at the bank. I have to go and dig these ditches. I have to do this. It's like I damn family, man. So me trying to fight for a contract, I have to fight guys like Brock Lesnar, Randy Orton, John Cena, you know, to try to prove myself. You know, it's like, damn it, I have to do this. And it just was one of those things where I feel like people could relate to, you know?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're like the everyday man that's on TV.
Blue collar dude.
You're the working man's man. Yeah. And I like that. You know, you're a superstar, but we can relate to you because we're all parents and we're all in the same situation. But of course, you have a cooler job than I do because I'm sitting home and you're on television. You know what I mean? But I love that gimmick. I thought that was great. I tell
people that all the time also. Like, they're always like, man, you know, like, your success, you're this, you're that. And I literally just was like, man, I believe that anyone can honestly do whatever they really set their mind to and love. Like, if you want to be an astronaut, damn it, go out there and try to be the best damn astronaut you can. You know, if you want to be a scientist, like, dedicate yourself and put the time towards it and do it. Like, I came from a town in the, like, littlest town in West Virginia. Like, 700 people was in my town. You know what I mean? And I had a dream to be a professional wrestler and did it. Like, it's one of those things where, like, I know for a fact everyone's looking at me like, man, this damn kid, look at him, thinking that he's going to be a superstar up there wrestling, you know?
And look at you.
Right. You know, it's one of those things where I know there was doubters. Like, my friends that actually had my back, and there was only like 4 of them, and I still talk to them today. Like, that's how close we are. All the rest of them would say that, but then behind my back, oh, man, whatever, you know, he ain't going to do it. And, like, they would tell me, so I know these things. Like, obviously, they don't know that I know, but it was one of those things. But it's like through that pieces of wood on my fire to get me going more, you know. Right. But I'm a believer in if you dedicate yourself to something and you put it first and go for it. Like, my goodness, man, like, you can't fail. Like, you can't fail. You know.
What do they say? You miss every shot you don't take.
Yeah.
Right? That's fact. The thing. Yeah.
It's a fact. Yes. Yeah. And now, now I got like a good 50-50 split with Impact, you know, to where, like, I get to wrestle, but I get to be dad too. Because, like, with WWE, man, I was gone 5 days a week.
Brutal.
And then I would get home on a Wednesday and I'm a zombie. And then a Thursday I'm super dad. And then Friday morning I'm flying back out.
Right. Yeah, you know, the Impact is a lighter schedule, which is great, but you still get that TV time that you need, and I love it. I think it's great. We have a question for you right here. Angela, hi, sweetheart. $5 super chat. She says, Heath, what has been the most painful bump you have ever taken, and has a spot ever gone terribly wrong for you during a match? Angela, you're going in the Charles chip jar, honey. Thank you so much. Heath, you want to answer that?
Yes. All right. One of the most painful bumps I ever taken was back when I was a green little Nexus member fighting on the road. You know, we were the young boys coming up, and Big Show and Kane had a brother choke slam and a green boy choke slam.
Did they?
Oh, buddy. And trust me, I have felt the difference between both of them. When all during Nexus and Core days, we were young. We were just, hey, man, we're here to do our thing. We're having fun, blah, blah, blah. You know, we just were living our life. And dude, whenever we went up for the big guys, and me and Justin Gabriel, we would jump with PJ Black now. And we would jump with them too, to where it's like their arms are extended and we're like 9 feet in the air. you know, and we would take those bumps, but they would drive us in the mats to where we're just like, holy crap, you
Now,
know, like,
can I interrupt you and ask you a question
yeah,
that follows with this? Because I've talked about this before. Like I don't know what it is. Maybe because I'm female, I don't understand when we would have people come in for tryouts,
yeah,
right? I'm not going to name who, but some of the guys were rougher on
uh-huh,
these kids than others.
yeah,
And to the point where they would make the kids cry and want to quit. Now
yeah,
you're laughing. I felt bad every single time I would watch it.
because
I'm like, "What?"
you got a very good heart.
Well, to me, it's like
It
when I
was
was
tough
brought
love,
in, yeah, well, I was, I've been, this is 30 years I'm
for
associated with.
sure.
I'm old, I've been around the block. I know what's going on. So this is the 90s, and I
Yeah,
know they did things maybe different than they do now. I don't know. But I was always taught you protect the person that you're working with.
of course.
Never stiff them unless it becomes a shoot, and then you
Yeah,
got to protect yourself, you
yeah,
know. But for 99.9% of the time that I worked, I've never hurt anybody, and no one's ever really hurt me.
for sure.
So,
And I can honestly say the same thing about my career too. But like, I feel like in that pecking order, you're coming up, you're getting a little. This is just the men mentality, like how
that's
men think. I
fair.
fear. I feel like it's just one of those pecking orders to where once you earn the respect and they see you there and they see you trying and they know they're driving you in the mat, but they never landed me too high on my neck. They never landed me on my head. They landed me flat, but it was a
Mhm.
stiff flat, you know. But
Yeah.
it was flat. Like I could never say that they ever hurt me or anything. I mean, of
Okay.
course, the bump hurt. I mean, you're 8 foot in the air, you know. But no, I feel like it's just like a little pecking order. Like, can this kid take it? Does he want to take it? Does he really want to be here? That's my mentality about it.
Okay.
And of course, you don't bitch, you don't complain, and the
Right.
next thing you know, you show up the next day, you get it again. You show up the next day, you get it again, and then next thing you know, 6 months later, you pick it up and you just don't feel nothing,
Yeah.
and you're just like, what the hell was that?
Is
Like,
this the same guy?
hold on, how? Talk to me. What happened there?
Yeah.
And you totally felt the difference. Instead of a whoosh, you felt out, and then like
Yeah.
a smooth, like they went down with you. And I'm just literally, I remember I was in the UK at the O2 Arena,
Uh-huh.
and Big Show gave me the brother choke slam to where I don't even think I sold it. I think I just looked at him like, whoa, bro, what happened? How did I not feel nothing? I don't even think I saw
The
it.
worst is when you're selling and you're like, your eyes are closed for a second and they try to stomp you, but you don't feel it, so you don't sell
And
it.
you don't even move. I've done that.
And it's
We've
on
all
TV
done that.
and you're like, oh my God, what just happened? Like,
My bag
that's the
hit me
worst.
again.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my God, that's hilarious. We have another question for you, sweetheart. John 5 is here. Hi, $5 super chat. Insane Wrestling Revolution is Rhino show in Monroe, Michigan, and that's where I met you, John. Yes, that one time. John goes to Rhino shows, so you probably met
Nice,
Heath there.
John. Oh yeah,
I'm
of
sure he
course.
met you
I
there.
saw John there. Yeah,
John 5. Yeah, we know
right
John.
there's the name of the show. IWR. I told you.
Yes, Insane Wrestling Revolution. Thank you, John, for that gem of information.
Thanks.
Because
Hey John, man, I don't remember nothing. I
we don't
just
know
say
anything.
Rhino's promotion.
You know what I do know? Let's go back. You said you were on a quest for the IC title, but recently you beat Matt Cardona.
Oh yeah.
How did that happen? Or
All
did you go
right.
hardcore that night?
Oh
Was
yeah,
it a bloodbath?
I went a little hardcore that
I
night.
saw pictures. I would love to see the match.
Yeah,
I'm looking for the tape.
It was one of those things to where like we were in Beckley, West Virginia, where pretty much is my hometown. Like my actual hometown is Pineville, and it's only like 30 minutes away. So it's just like it was a packed house. Like
Yeah.
and ASW Gary Dameron show up there. Like he knows what he's doing. He packs the houses. He promotes very well. I mean, he has catering in the back for the boys. Like he's that promoter where you're like, hell yeah, man. Like, thank you for doing this for us.
He appreciates the boys.
100%. That's a
Yes.
fact.
Yes, he does.
So yeah, me and Cardona was our champ for about a year, and we had a cage match. And and what makes this story the best is that, of course, I won. But what
I
makes
know.
it
Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you.
It's a champ.
The best thing about it is that so we had this guitar and everything, you know, for the match, a spot in the match, you know. So my buddy was like messing with it, making sure it was good and all that stuff. And the whole time, my kids and my wife was in Tennessee doing play camp. And they go there for like 6 days and they learn to play. Like last year it was Peter Pan. This year it was Beauty and the Beast. So they're there doing play camp, this and that. And I was just like, you know what? It's going to suck. Y'all going to miss this show because it's going to be a pretty good one. But it's all good, this and that. Next thing you know, my buddy Matt's texting me. He's the guy that sings my song, actually, the music that I come out to. He's the musician that plays it.
Impact?
Huh?
In Impact?
Yeah, the song that I come
cool.
out to. So my buddy's up there and he's playing me to the ring, you know. So that's like, it's like a WrestleMania live band moment. You know?
That's so fun.
It was really cool. So he's calling me on my phone. He's like, dude, come down here and check this guitar out and tell me you think it's good. So I go down there to check it out. And he's like, it's right over there. And he like points over to the side. So I turn around. And there's my wife and my 2 girls. And I'm just like, whoa, what? You know, and they're just like, yeah, we made it, blah, 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 this and that. So it was like a good moment there. So I remember I looked at Cardona. I said, bro, you better be ready, man. My kids are here now. You know? Like,
yeah, and he flipped off your daughter.
Huh? Yes.
He flipped off your daughter.
Flipped her right off. But what was awesome was the fact that she literally didn't back down and just gave it like right back to him, you know, to where I popped so huge. I was like, yes, little girl, like, don't you back down. I'm gonna whoop his ass for you. It was such an awesome dad moment.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. Proud papa moment.
I'm hoping there's a VHS tape swirling around that I can get my hands on and watch this.
DVDs, I think now.
I think so, yeah. I saw the pictures and I was like, damn, I get the occasional text message from Gary or from Steve, right?
Yeah,
we got to get you down here. We got to get you. And I'm like, bro,
sure.
I'm here.
Right.
The one time I was booked was, I think it was last year for the big Bash and Beckley.
Yeah.
I even did a promo, like the lady came on and I had to do a promo on, you know, on film for it and everything for the news or whatever. And then I wake up at 6 o'clock to go to the airport and they're like, your flight's canceled. And I couldn't get a flight because you guys live in the sticks.
You talk about Charleston, right?
I tried everything that day, and then the cheapest ticket was like over $1,000.
Yeah. The best thing, if that ever happens again, I know that Roanoke, Virginia is a bigger airport, and it's probably about a good hour and 45 minutes away.
Yeah, well,
if Gary would be like, all right, I got someone to drive you, boom, 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 bam, you could get a flight anywhere pretty much from there. I
was crying.
Oh,
I was so upset. I bought a dress. I bought shoes. I bought so much stuff for this because I thought it was going to be like a big show, you know, and so I said, I'm going to buy all new gear and it's going to be good. And I can't wait. And blah, blah. I was working with Brian and Shane and then those bastards send me a picture with some 90-year-old lady and they're like, oh, here's the queen. She showed up. They were pretending it was me, but it was some old broad. And I was just like, how embarrassing.
Oh, damn.
Put it all over socials. This is Francine. She was literally like a 90-year-old grandma. She was cute as a button. They were pretending it was me. Yeah.
Of course they would do that to you.
Of course they would. But I was so upset because I wanted to come so badly.
Yeah.
And I never got to work there. So maybe someday I'll be there as well. I don't know.
The Bash number 4 is going to be in June also next year. I know the promoter. Let me talk
wink,
to him.
wink.
Let me talk to him.
You know, put a word in before I turn 60. I mean, you know, it's coming.
What's that? Another 10 years?
9. I'm 51 now. Yeah, I got a little bit of breathing room, but I would like to do it before I get too old that I can't even move anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I'm pretty sure at 60 you're gonna still be walking down there doing your thing.
Hell no! I hope I'm not in this business at age 60. What the frig? This is going to be too much for me.
Hey,
Kim, I'm sorry. Kim has.
Go ahead.
Do you want to finish your thought, and then we have a question for you?
Well, I don't even remember what my thought was.
We were talking about being old at 60 and being at ringside. That's going to be terrible. Nobody wants to do that.
That would be terrible. And we mentioned that. We weren't talking about it. Anyway, let's go on to that next question.
It's our girl Kim, 279 Canadian super chat. I have no idea what that equals, but how are you liking Impact so far, Heath?
Honestly, I love it. Like Impact. All right, in a brief little summary of Impact for me. I got released from WWE 3 months later, went to Impact in the COVID days where there's no people and it was weird and sucked ass. Excuse me, I didn't mean to say that like that.
Curse.
But it was horrible. We hated it. It was like wrestling practice matches all the time. We knew the camera, everyone was seeing it, but it's always good to feel the energy, you know what I mean? Right. You have to. But I got hurt 6 months after COVID hit, and I was out, and I already signed a deal with Impact for 2 years, but they honored my contract, didn't shoot me to the side. They, extended my contract and paid me while I was hurt, to where it was just like, I got to tip my hat to Scott D'Amore and all of them. They're stand-up people. They're good people. They really are. And so once that happened and I came back and I started getting in the mix and I started meeting the locker room and getting to know everybody and everything, man, if they wanted to sign me for 2 more years, I would. No BS. It's a good atmosphere. There's a great locker room. People works together. They don't try to stab you in the back. They're just, they're good people. It's a good, very good locker room. And even the management, it's lean. It's very lenient. Is that the word? Lenient?
Lenient?
There you go. My tongue ain't working. It's one of those. And I get to go and wrestle and get my fix in wrestling because that's what I do it for. But I get to have my time at home too, to where I get to be daddy. I get to watch movies and play, outside with my girls, and we go to Dave and Buster's and everything.
Right.
We have a blast,
I love that. Yeah.
It's the best, man.
And you know what? I worked for Impact the first year that they opened. I was on the first show when it was TNA.
Nice.
When you had to pay the $10 to watch it. That's when I worked there. But the night that we drank the moonshine, Brian had a little party in his room.
Oh yeah.
And he invited Shane and I, and my girlfriend Betty was with us. And I was a little apprehensive because I was just like, oh, they're so much younger. I don't think they'll want to hang out with me. I'm so old and blah, blah, blah. Because I get nervous. I didn't really know anybody but Brian.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. Those girls were the nicest group of girls.
Yeah.
And we drank and hung out and told stories. And I was like, I love Impact. I love these girls. I want to work here someday. Yeah, they were so fun. Even the guys, and everybody was so respectful and shook my hand and sweet.
Dude, I feel the same way.
Yeah, it reminded me of ECW with the family atmosphere that we had. I felt it in that room that night, and everybody was they were genuinely seemed like they were good people.
100%. I feel the same exact way. What you just said, I felt the same way whenever I started getting to know them all.
Yeah.
Because I'm always that guy that keeps my guard up, and I don't know why. I read the room. Before I talk to anyone, it's like that. It's like that thing to where you just don't know. You don't know no one's intentions. You don't really know. I've been burned before to where I'm just all right, I ain't gonna fall for that shit again. So it's just one of those things where I keep my guard up. Just like boxing, you keep it up, you keep moving.
Duck and weave.
Yeah, exactly. You bob and weave a little bit.
It's where you came from, though. I mean, think about it. WWE. I always compare it when I went from ECW to WWE, it was like apples and oranges. It was the most laid back, safe locker room where I trusted every single person to now go into this locker room where I don't know these people that well, and everybody wants to stab me in the back because nobody wants me here, and it puts you on edge, and I didn't enjoy
100%.
my time.
Oh yeah,
You
I
know,
mean, that was whenever I first got up in WWE. I mean, Triple H, you know, Undertaker, all those boys were still on top. You know, they were running the game. It was Wild Wild West rules, and it was, you're walking in on eggshells. You're trying your best not to, you know, ruffle any feathers. You're trying to make sure you hit your spots. You know, you don't want to mess up in the ring. Like it's intimidating.
It's intense, and you can't enjoy yourself. And
No.
you look like you're enjoying yourself. Not that you were like. Your work ethic speaks for itself. You're a great worker. And I can see that in WWE. But when I look at you in Impact, your face exudes happiness.
Oh, it's fun.
It's a different vibe. And I like that. It's more laid back.
Yes.
And I like that. And you could just tell that you're having a really good time in that. And that shows.
Yeah. I'm glad y'all see that.
I do see it. We have a question for you. $4.99 super chat from Vinny.
Yep.
Hi, Heath. Was your cool WWE Legends program your idea or the company? Did you have a request which legend you wanted to work with? It was awesome.
The 100%, it was awesome. It was amazing. I loved it. But no, it was literally this leading up to Raw 1000. Next thing you know, I had to wrestle Vader, and they picked me to be the very first guy to work Vader on the night that they were starting to bring the legends in. So they already pre-planned bringing the legends in, but they never pre-planned who was going to work them all. So it was one of those things where once I got in there, I thought it was a joke. You know, like, you know, you show up to TR, you walk in there, Mark Carano's like, oh, you're here. Okay, check you off. Sign this for this license, sign that for that license, blah, blah, blah. So behind Mark, you know, they always have the run sheet. So you're looking at it and everything. And like, you know, down the card, I'm looking at it as like Heath Slater versus Vader. And I'm just like, what the hell? Like, hold on, is this real? Like you talking about Big Fan Vader, like the real dude, or is like Swoggle going to come out? They were Swoggle gonna come out dressed as Vader and whoop my ass. Like,
oh, that would have been fun.
Hey, I'm telling you, I had to lose the Swoggle in a cow suit before. So like, hey, come on now, you know. And this is what cracks me up, that all these damn people out here, like, you know, I hate to use the word marks, but they talk to you like this is real shit. Like, oh, you lost to this guy and this before, and you got beat by a woman, and you haven't won any matches. Brother, I get a script and I have to follow it. You know, asshole. Like, shut up. You know, like, it's one of those things. Like, I'm just like, brother, you think like I can't beat up Swoggle in a cow suit? He can barely walk in it.
Cow suit. Well, you know what's worse? The dirt sheets now are reporting news that's like supposed to be facts, but it's angles that are being ran on TV. Keith Francine this week.
You know that people are going to believe it.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like, is there no real news to report? You got to put an angle up as like, you know, gospel, like it's real truth.
Yeah, that's
like,
what I'm saying.
Me and you are arguing today, and it's a storyline, obviously, but they're putting it, and then people are like, oh my God, I just saw them on Twitter. They must have had a fight recently. I'm like, you people stop reading this stuff. It's garbage.
It really is. It blows my mind at what people believe. And I mean, like, don't get me wrong. Like, I know the whole kayfabe rule and all this stuff, but people, come on. It's been dead since 1990.
Well, yeah, and that's why your picture smiling next to Matt Cardona, there's a little bit of heat there.
Exactly. You know what I mean?
It's
one of those things that's like, you don't have to keep kicking a dead horse when it's down.
People know.
Like, we all want to, like, it's a show, man. Yes, it's physical and it hurts, but it's a show, man. You know? Anyway, Vader. Here I am. I look on the sheet. I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm working Vader. Chrono, is this Vader? Is this going to be Swoggle dressed up as Vader? Nah, brother, pal. He always says pal. Oh, no, pal. It's really Vader. I'm just like, oh, crap, you know? So I go to Rotundo. Mike Rotundo, I saw was my agent. So I'm like, Mike, hey, man, like, is this happen like Vader? He's like, yeah. He was like, I think he was like at 6 o'clock. We're having a meeting with him to go over everything. I'm like, great. I said, so is this like, is there legends coming in? Like, what's happening? And he was like, well, they were mentioning they're bringing legends in each week to leading up to Raw 1000. And I was like, am I wrestling all of them? And he just was like, he was just like, no, man, I think we're just going to switch in and out. I was like, no. I want to be the guy that works all of them. Like, I want them all. You know, he was like, man, you know, I don't make that decision. Go talk to Vince. So I'm walking towards Vince's office, and then Laurinaitis walks out. And I'm like, hey, John, man, like, Johnny's the one that hired me, man. Like, Johnny's my man. So I'm like, Johnny, come here. Like, I'm working Vader tonight. He's like, yeah, kid, I know. Congratulations. Cool. I said, listen. They said that they don't know who's going on forward. You're bringing in legends each week. He's like, yeah, we are. I was like, I want to be the guy that works them all. He was like, well, come in here. He walks me into Vince. So okay. I walk right into Vince. So I pitch it to Vince, you know, pretty much, hey, man, let me be the anti-legend, blah, blah, blah. Or I can be the legend builder instead of legend killer like Randy Orton. Like, you know, give them their moment, but let me be the guy that works them. And he looked at me and he was like, you would want to do that?
Why not?
And I said, damn right I would. I said, this is a dream come true for me. Like, this would be amazing. And he was like, well, if you want to do it, we can do it. I said, all right. He was like, let's see how tonight goes. I said, all right, man, let's go for it. Brother, next thing you know, I just saw my list on each week with the legends. Boom, 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 boom. I'm just like,
look at that.
Yeah. So
how is it that easy, man? And I had to fight to get my name on that paper.
Hey, it was one of those things like, you know how like when the iron's hot, you just gotta strike.
You gotta strike. Yep.
You gotta strike. And when I heard that and they had no plan, they just thought, oh, we'll just throw some other guy in there with them. I said, no. Like, we can X-nay all that. You gonna throw me in there every time, you know?
See,
like,
I love it. See, you shoot your shot.
You have to.
It.
You got to, you know?
Legend but there.
That's what happened right there. That's the whole legend story. Like, I showed up, I said, holy shit, I'm the first one. And then I didn't want to be just the first one. I wanted to be the last one, too.
You're lucky you were the first, because it wouldn't have meant as much if you were, like, number 2.
It wouldn't.
You know what I'm saying?
Not at all.
That's
as soon as I saw it, man, I had to shoot it. And Vince, man, he went for it, man. So
damn, that's a good story, Vinny. Thank you for that that question, because I never heard that one. We have another question for you from Sam. Hey Heath, I got your I got kids tea. Always loved your 3-man band theme. 1-man band theme. I still can't believe you're going to be world champion. Then every 3-man band member can say they were world champ. What do you think of that?
Hey, there's this.
You follow that?
Yeah, no, I totally understand. I understand every bit of it. This has been going around. Oh no, I got 20% left.
All right, we're gonna wrap it up.
So this has been going around for a while. So back in the day, whenever WWE had a big firing, it was like in the middle of 3-on-B and all this stuff. And next thing you know, Drew and Jinder got released. And I stayed there for until COVID hit, you know? So then I got released. But during that time, Drew and Jinder came back. You know, I brought Jinder back, and then he jumped me, and then he got a contract. And then Drew brought me back after I actually got released. And then me and him had a little segment, which was probably one of the best moments I had on television with anybody. That was literally like a tearjerker moment for me and him, like the last time, because he's a brother of mine. Like, he's my brother. But they both came back and won the world title, you know? So in 3-on-B, I was the front man and the one, you know, doing all the shit. And now everyone's like, you got to fulfill the prophecy, you know? Like, you have to do this, you know? You have to become the world champ because they did it. So I got a great angle in my head.
Would you go back if the timing was right?
Would I?
Yeah.
All right, so July 15th, I'm going to be 40. Okay, 40 years old.
You're a baby.
No, I'm not.
Squeeze your cheek.
So I'm going to be 40 July 15th. Okay. And I was with WWE ever since I was 23 years old, you know? So I literally had like this 3-year break with them that I've been with Impact. But I was with WWE. I was on the independents for maybe 2 years. And then I got signed, and it was just like, whoa, crap, like I made it type thing. Like, wow. And literally I stayed there for 15 years of my life. And But no, it's one of those things where like I look at my age and I look at my girls and their age and how much they probably need me and everything. And I know with WWE, it's like, man, it's the military. You signed the contract, you're there on every beck and call, you know.
Yep.
But it's one of those things that we're like, no one in this world pays like them. And I know if I can get another 3-year run, I could probably be set with them. You know what I mean? So it's like when I'm looking at 40 now, I've told myself, I said, I'm not going to go past 47. Like 47 has been my little staple in to where if I still feel good, maybe, but it's one of those things to where like 45 to 47 has been my number that I've gave myself when I got signed when I was 20, you know? So
Okay.
it's like, I've got another 5 to 7 years. I feel like that I could do this. Okay. So if they ever offered, you know, I mean, it's the biggest place in the world to perform in. And I was there for my whole career. You know what I mean? Pretty much.
Right.
So
right.
It's like, I mean, I have my friends talk to me, man. Like I still text and bullshit with them. Like we're all buddies, man. Like it's one of those things to where like they're just way busier than I am right now, you know? So
you could say never, and that's
no,
that.
of course. I mean, hell, you can't. I mean, look at all the guys that got fired that you never thought would ever get signed again, and they got signed. You know, like
it's true.
You never damn know.
It's true. Well, July 15th is your birthday.
Yeah, I'm
gonna send you a text on July 15th saying happy birthday.
Thank you, sweetheart.
I'm going to remember that because
you better write it down so you don't forget.
No, I remember. July 15th. And if I did forget, then I could always turn this on and I'll say, oh, he mentioned his birthday. It's July 15th. But you're going to get a text from me. And if I don't hear back from you, then we're done. Yeah. But I appreciate you coming on. Where can people find you if they want to follow you on social media?
I've only got 2 social medias, and it's Twitter and Instagram. And it's literally Heath, the Roman numerals XXII.
Got the guns.
Yeah, one of those.
Those guns, babe.
Yeah.
Well, you were a pleasure. I told Rhino, I said, he's quickly becoming one of my favorite people in the business because you are just so easy to like.
Well, thank you, sweetheart.
You're a good person. I could just tell you're a good person and like you're fun to hang out with. And I hope to see you again at a signing soon. And
I'm pretty sure we will. And it's always a pleasure with you too.
Thank you so much. Everybody, welcome Heath. Or say goodbye to Heath, rather. He's got to go. But I'll talk to you soon. And happy early birthday. But you're going to hear from me in a week or so.
There we go.
All right, buddy. Thanks for coming on. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, sweetheart. That was Heath, everyone. Can you get yourself out, bud? Or do we?
I mean, I might. Let me figure this out a little bit.
I think you have to click. Yeah, there he goes. Wonderful. He's a doll. I love him. That was a good interview. I really didn't have anything planned. You know, you just wing it when you have friends on. So it was good to talk to him and see what's going on. But if anybody wants to oh, he just sent me a little text with a heart. Let's say thank you to Heath. Yeah, he's a doll. Okay. Any last minute? We're going to be on here about 5 more minutes, and then we are going to pick out of the Charles Chip jar. It's going to be a mystery prize this week, guys, because, you know, the Chadster's not here. So I'll go 5 more minutes with you guys, and then we'll pick. Trying to think if anything is coming up that I didn't mention. I don't think so. Let's look in the chat and see if anything's going on. Hi, Mike Durband. How are you? It's been a while. La la la. GG's. Who's GG, Colton? What is that? I don't know what GG is. Gorgeous George? Are you talking about Gorgeous George? I don't know. Anyway, okay, we got rid of that guy. No worries. All right. Well, if we're done here, I guess I'll pick. Let's pick a name for a prize. I'm gonna shake it up. And I'm not gonna look. You're gonna see me pick. Atlantic City. How do you say your name? Ibzan? Is that correct? I'm sorry if I'm not saying that the right way. Let's see. Oh, Vinny, are you still in the room, hon? Vinny's the winner. Oh, welcome in. Vinny, I'm gonna ask you to just maybe shoot Chad an email, and we'll see what you don't have, and we'll send you something new. How's that sound, honey? Okay. So Vinny, email Chad, and we'll get you. There you are. Hi, sweetheart. Yeah, email Chad and see. Let him know what you want. You will meet me in New Jersey. Oh yes, 90s Con. 90s Con. I'll meet you there. 90s Con is September 30th. I'll have more information on that as well. As these other things come close, you can check my socials. And, if you're around and close by, I'd love to meet and see you guys. So I appreciate you guys coming. I hope you enjoyed our guest. We'll try to do another one in maybe 2 or 3 weeks. And until then, I hope you all are staying safe and healthy. And most of all, stay extreme. And God bless. And I love you guys. And have a wonderful Wednesday, wonderful rest of your week, and a wonderful weekend. I love you all. Take care. And that's a wrap.